Hi, I'm Bridget. Welcome to my kitchen where I help busy families eat better with wholesome, delicious recipes. Are you looking for ways to eat more sweet potatoes? I know they're extra healthy, but I find they're almost too sweet to eat on their own. So that's why I love this spicy roasted sweet potatoes recipe. To prepare this easy dish, the sweet potatoes are just scrubbed, cut into wedges, tossed with a spicy dressing, and roasted. I'm just going to trim the ends off the sweet potato. For big sweet potatoes, you'll want to cut them in half and then cut each half into 4 wedges. That should leave you with a good size wedge of sweet potato that's going to cook evenly. When you're cutting firm vegetables, it's helpful to have a good sharp knife. It makes it a lot easier, but it also makes it safer on your fingers. And when I'm cutting really firm vegetables, I like to make sure that my fingers are well out of the way because I'm not super strong. To make the spicy dressing, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, then we'll add 2 tablespoons of molasses. I measured the olive oil first, and it helps the molasses slip more easily out of the measuring spoon. And then we'll add 1 tablespoon of cider vinegar. I use an unpasteurized cider vinegar because it has more flavor. Then we'll add a tablespoon of kosher salt, which is coarse salt. And you have to be careful if a recipe calls for kosher salt to make sure you don't use regular grain salt, otherwise you'll end up with way too much salt. Then we'll add a teaspoon of a good grainy mustard and a teaspoon of hot sauce. We'll mix those together. And once the mixture is nice and smooth, we'll toss in the chopped sweet potatoes. Now we take our sweet potato wedges and add them to the bowl with the dressing. And we'll just toss them around until they're well coated. This recipe is from my mom's good friend Iona. My mom's friends know that I love to cook, so they're always giving me recipes to try. So our sweet potatoes are well coated. Next, we're going to spread them on a parchment covered cookie sheet. We're going to spread our sweet potatoes on a cookie sheet. Now I've lined the cookie sheet with parchment paper because it keeps the potatoes from sticking and it'll help them brown nicely. And I'm going to spread them out into a single layer. It's the dressing that makes this dish for me. It has some tang from the vinegar and bite from the mustard and hot sauce, which is a great balance for the sweet of the potatoes. We're going to bake our sweet potatoes at 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until they're soft and golden, but we're going to flip them halfway through. I'm just flipping each and every wedge to make sure they get golden on both sides. But already you can see that they're browning nicely. When I put the sweet potatoes onto the cookie sheet in the first place, I made sure to pour over all the extra dressing that had collected in the bottom of the bowl, because that dressing just adds extra flavor and a little bit of stickiness here through the cooking process. Now these will go back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes. And really, depending on the size of your sweet potatoes, they may take as little as 20 minutes to cook, or they might take at least 30 minutes to cook. But you'll know when they're ready because they'll be nice and tender. If you're serving these sweet potato wedges as finger food, you can use mustard as a dip, you can use ketchup as a dip, you can combine mustard and molasses into a sweet and spicy dip, you could use mayo as a dip, you could use a spicy mayo. These spicy sweet potato wedges suit all sorts of flavors. With just a bit of prep, sweet potato can be transformed into easy finger food that's healthy, or into a side dish that goes with chicken, fish, or beef. We'll be sharing more tasty vegetable ideas, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. $20, $30.